In May 2025, a critical turning point in modern aerial warfare unfolded during a high-intensity clash between the air forces of India and Pakistan. This incident is now being studied extensively by military analysts and has entered the record books due to one unprecedented outcome: the first confirmed shootdown of a Dassault Rafale fighter jet in air-to-air combat. The event not only reshaped the perception of current-generation fighter platforms but also marked the operational rise of the Chinese-made J-10CE fighter and the PL-15 Beyond Visual Range missile system. The aerial encounter occurred on May 7, 2025, as part of a larger operation during escalating border tensions. Multiple engagements took place over contested airspace in northern sectors. According to several independent Western intelligence assessments, the Pakistan Air Force launched an intercept mission involving its J-10CE fleet, specifically from No. 15 Squadron, known for its high readiness and use of advanced radar and missile technology. These jets, equipped with active electronically scanned array (AESA) radars and the long-range PL-15 air-to-air missile, were vectored toward Indian formations believed to be conducting strike or combat patrol missions near the de facto boundary. U.S. intelligence sources, speaking anonymously to Reuters, confirmed that at least 2 Indian aircraft were successfully targeted and shot down by Pakistani J-10CE fighters using PL-15 missiles. One of the aircraft was highly likely to have been a Dassault Rafale, based on electronic signatures, radar data, and additional post-battle assessments. This was a significant disclosure, as it marked the first time that the Rafale, a highly regarded French multirole fighter, had been downed in combat, and the first time a PL-15 had been used in a real kill. French intelligence corroborated this through separate channels. A senior French intelligence official informed CNN that France had concluded, with confidence, that one Rafale operated by the Indian Air Force was destroyed during the May 7 encounter. This assessment was echoed in statements by General Jérôme Bellanger, Chief of Staff of the French Air and Space Force, who acknowledged evidence pointing to the loss of not just one Rafale, but also a Mirage 2000 and a Sukhoi Su-30 Mki. These confirmations came after weeks of media speculation, unofficial leaks, and detailed scrutiny by Western defense analysts. Satellite images, high-resolution thermal footage, and video material that circulated in the aftermath of the event showed wreckage consistent with a Rafale's airframe, particularly in the Batinda region of Punjab. Open-source intelligence groups and Western media outlets, including BBC Verify and Jane's Defense Weekly, geolocated and authenticated some of these visuals. While official Indian authorities have not publicly acknowledged the full extent of the losses, several Western and neutral sources have treated the destruction of a Rafale as factually confirmed based on the convergence of multiple evidence streams. The Pakistani side maintained from the outset that its J-10CE fighters had engaged and downed up to 5 Indian jets, including multiple Rafales. While this number has not been independently verified in full, confirmation of at least 2 kills, including 1 Rafale, gives partial credence to the broader Pakistani claim. Pakistani military briefings claimed that the engagement was executed with coordinated ground-based radar support, AWACS coverage, and strict rules of engagement. Pakistani sources emphasize the use of beyond visual range (BVR) tactics, consistent with modern air doctrine, and claimed that the Indian aircraft were engaged from standoff distances well outside their counterstrike range. India's Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, publicly acknowledged that Indian jets were lost in the engagement, although he did not confirm the exact number or types. He rejected Pakistan's claim of 6 aircraft being downed, calling the figures exaggerated, but did not deny that the IAF faced setbacks. He stated that tactical adjustments were made immediately after the losses, and further strike missions were executed with improved outcomes. Despite these remarks, the Indian government has not released any imagery or official casualty reports related to aircraft losses. Former U.S. President Donald Trump added another layer of intrigue to the narrative when, during a private political event, he stated that 5 jets were shot down during the South Asian confrontation. While he did not provide specifics on the nationality or type of aircraft, the statement was widely interpreted as indirect validation of reports pointing to higher than officially admitted Indian losses. His comment, while informal and not part of an official government release, added to the credibility of multiple third-party assessments. Defense experts from Western think tanks such as the RAND Corporation, International Institute for Strategic Studies (IISS), and Stockholm International Peace Research Institute (SIPRI) have since analyzed the incident in depth. Their assessments emphasize the symbolic and strategic importance of the event. The shootdown of a Rafale by a Chinese-origin fighter jet, particularly in a contested, real-war scenario, demonstrated that the technological gap between Western and Chinese aerospace platforms may be narrower than previously assumed. It also signaled that non-Western air forces operating modern platforms with proper doctrine and networked support can challenge or defeat traditionally dominant air assets. The PL-15 missile, in particular, gained global attention. With an estimated range of over 200 kilometers and advanced active radar homing capabilities, the missile's real-world performance during the May engagement appears to validate prior technical claims. This places the PL-15 in the top tier of current BVR air-to-air weapons and could influence future acquisition decisions by countries evaluating alternatives to US or European missile systems. For the J-10CE, the incident significantly boosted its international reputation. While it had been exported to only a few countries, this successful combat engagement, especially against a high-profile target like the Rafale, serves as powerful proof of performance for potential buyers. The event also highlights the maturity of Chinese aerospace design, manufacturing, and integration capabilities, particularly in radar, avionics, and missile development. In the broader strategic context, this engagement marks a rare instance in the 21st century where a non-NATO fighter jet shot down a frontline Western combat aircraft with full confirmation by Western intelligence. It is not only a tactical event but a moment of symbolic consequence in the ongoing evolution of global air power dynamics. The outcome is now being incorporated into military training simulations, red team scenario planning, and procurement analyses worldwide. The effectiveness of the J-10CE, and especially the PL-15 missile, is likely to influence air combat doctrine and export negotiations in Asia, Africa, and Latin America for years to come. The Indian Air Force, meanwhile, faces scrutiny over its operational planning, electronic warfare capabilities, and readiness posture during high-threat deployments. While the total number of aircraft losses remains under debate, the verified downing of a Rafale by a J-10CE using a PL-15 missile is widely accepted by Western defense communities as a fact. This singular event has altered perceptions of platform survivability, shifted attention toward non-Western air systems, and may even trigger changes in how nations evaluate cost versus performance when acquiring modern fighters.